Lots of you have been sending in questions to our Facebook page, and I'm here to answer them. Michael Edwards asks, what should and shouldn't be stored in an awning? Well, Michael, certainly don't keep gas cylinders in an awning. Don't keep anything in an awning which is valuable. Things like generators are stolen far too easily. Don't put bicycles in there unless they're locked. And finally, if you're away in the winter skiing and you've got wet clothes and you hang them up to dry in an awning, which might seem to make sense, is a bit of a problem because all the condensation arising off those drying clothes tends to form on the inside of the canvas, especially on the metal poles. Michael Edwards also asks, is it safe to use a gas barbecue inside a well-ventilated awning? Well, frankly, Michael, I wouldn't recommend it. For example, it's a problem sometimes with gas appliances that haven't been serviced regularly, and carbon monoxide can be given off and you wouldn't recognise the fact that that's happening. Then there's the point about the actual fabric of the awning and whether it's treated for flammability, and that could be an issue that is most concerning. Phil Lee asks how to load a caravan correctly and how to set one up on site and level it up properly. Phil, on site it depends what you're like at reversing a caravan or whether you've got a motor mover, because the first thing you need to do is to get the side to side level by moving it into position. As regards fore and aft levelling, well, of course that's done on the jockey wheel. Now, the other question about loading a caravan, you must make sure you've got sufficient nose weight on the front, but as a general rule, in addition to that, anything heavy should be low down and over the axle, heavy things like awnings. Never leave heavy things high up, and if you're using lockers for all your books that you read on holiday, please take them out before you take to the road and put them in a box on the floor. Or one more point, never have heavy things at the extreme ends. If the caravan starts to twitch, it's so much slower in settling down on a straight course. Chris Harris asks, how do you dry an awning when it's your last morning on a site, it's pouring with rain and you have no choice but to put it in bin bags until the weather gets better? Chris, know the problem. I always remember coming back from the south of France, same problem as you've described, and it was a 2-day journey and I didn't put it up on that van after the first day driving. When I got back to England, the mildew had already started to form, and mildew is almost impossible to get off the fabric of an awning. I sympathise, but there's no easy answer. Get that awning up ASAP.